Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumaira Kawal. First, the headlines. U.S. Defense Secretary says Washington is still working with Pakistan to coordinate military supply routes needed for fight in Afghanistan. The United Kingdom has expressed desire to partner in China-Pakistan Economic Corridor projects. Two Pakistani naval ships visited Victoria port of Seychelles to increase cooperation in maritime security. Former Indian Finance Minister Chidambaram has urged the BJP government to shun militaristic approach and find political solution to Kashmir issue. In China, 32 crew people have gone missing as two vessels collided off China's east coast. Brian Cricket World Cup begins in Lahore tomorrow. And now the news in detail. U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis says the United States is still working with Pakistan to coordinate military supply routes needed for the fight in Afghanistan even after the suspension of American security assistance. Speaking at a news briefing at Pentagon in Washington, James Mattis said that United States is still working with Pakistan and would restore aid if it takes action against terrorists. General Mattis said that U.S. Central Command head General Joseph Votel spoke with Pakistan's Chief of Army Staff, General Qamar Javed Bajwa, a few days back. The United States uses military supply lines that run food and equipment from Pakistan to Afghanistan. Pakistan has rejected U.S. allegations of not taking action against all terrorists and also rubbished Washington's claim of providing $33 billion to Pakistan in the last 15 years in security assistance. Islamabad maintains that it has fought the world's biggest war on terror largely from its own resources, for its own peace and security, and for the regional and global peace as well. The United Kingdom has expressed desire to partner in China-Pakistan Economic Corridor projects. Commercial Councillor at Pakistan High Commission London, Sajid Mahmood Raja, while talking to APP, said that the UK has communicated its strong support for CPAC. He said that UK is the third largest destination of the Pakistan exports globally and the top destination within the European Union. Chairman Parliamentary Committee on China-Pakistan Economic Corridors, Senator Mushahid Hussain, says a new era of development is ushering in Pakistan through CPAC. Talking to APP, he said the project has emerged as a successful model and has started bearing fruits. To a question, Mushahid Hussain said Pakistan and China are strategic partners in journey of progress and prosperity, and increasing cooperation between the two countries is an example for the world. He said Pakistan and China enjoy identical views on regional and international matters. Ministry of Information Technology is working on an incentives packages to increase the IT exports of the country to $10 billion by 2020. The incentives packages will help overcome the challenges faced by the industry in comparison to the competing regional economies. The package as part of the Digital Pakistan policy includes fiscal proposals such as extension of zero-rated income tax regime on IT exports to 2030 and removal of 2 to 8% minimum tax on services. Other fiscal measures include special economic zone for IT sector to encourage the investment. Pakistan Railways has completed the feasibility study and preliminary design for upgradation of Main Line 1 from Peshawar to Karachi under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. An official of the ministry told APP that the upgradation project will increase speed of trains. Regarding availability of locomotives, he said in 2013 only 160 locomotives were functional, but now with the concerted effort of the government, 324 locomotives out of 473 are operating. Pakistan released 147 Indian fishermen from Malir jail in Karachi today as a goodwill gesture. According to police sources, the fishermen will be taken to Lahore by train, from where they will be handed over to Indian authorities at Wagah border tomorrow. The fishermen were arrested for fishing illegally within the marine border limits of Pakistan and have completed their prison term. Two ships of Pakistan Navy, PNS Khyber and PNS Nasser, visited Port Victoria of Seychelles today. According to the spokesperson of Pak Navy, The mission commander and commanding officers of the ships held meetings with the military leadership of Seychelles and discussed matters related to mutual interest. The spokesperson said the purpose of the visit was to increase cooperation of maritime security. 2 terrorists were killed in an exchange of fire with police in Quetta today. According to police, a mobile squad was on its routine patrol in Nawakili area of the city when unknown terrorists opened fire on it. The police personnel returned the fire, as a result of which 2 terrorists were killed. The police personnel, however, remained unhurt in the attack. Arms and ammunition were also recovered from them. This is Radio Pakistan. In occupied Kashmir, chairman of All Parties Hurriyat Conference Sayyid Ali Gilani has demanded a probe by UN-sponsored war crime tribunal into all gruesome massacres perpetrated by Indian troops in the territory. Sayyid Ali Gilani, in a statement in Srinagar today, urged the international community to break its silence over Indian state terrorism in occupied Kashmir. He said that the Indian armed forces have been committing crimes against humanity in Jammu and Kashmir and deplored that people are being killed in fake encounters. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference chairman reiterated that the Kashmiris will continue to offer sacrifices until the achievement of freedom from India. Meanwhile, Indian troops launched massive cordon and search operations in Pulwama district today. On the other hand, former Indian Finance Minister Chidambaram, in a number of tweets in New Delhi, urged Bharatiya Janata Party government to shun its militaristic approach and find a political solution to the Kashmir issue. In Iran, a closed-door session of the parliament was held today to discuss the deadly protests that hit the country last week. Lawmakers voiced the concern over the internet controls put in place during the unrest, including a ban on Iran's most popular messaging app, Telegram. Meanwhile, thousands of government supporters staged rallies for a 5th day today in a backlash against widespread protests. Iranian state television showed rallies in various cities waving Iranian flags and chanting anti-America, anti-Israel, and anti-Britain slogans. In Germany, Chancellor Angela Merkel embarked on talks with the center-left Social Democrats on forming a new coalition government to break an impasse after the country's election. On her arrival at the Social Democrats' headquarters in Berlin, she expressed optimism to work swiftly and intensively for good results. In China, 32 crew people have gone missing as 2 vessels collided off China's east coast. The missing included 30 Iranians and 2 Bangladeshis. The cause of the collision was not immediately clear. In Libya, 8 women refugees have been killed while 86 others were rescued in shipwreck off at the coast of Libya after a boat ran into the trouble. In India, an earthquake of magnitude 5.5 struck east of Imphal in northeastern state of Manipur today. There were no immediate reports of injuries or damage from the earthquake. In Madagascar, 1 person has been killed and thousands displaced after tropical cyclone Avatar through the country. The opening ceremony of 5th edition of Blind Cricket World Cup, due to begin tomorrow, was held in Lahore today. Players and officials of Pakistan, Bangladesh and Nepal blind cricket teams attended the ceremony. Speaking on the occasion, Punjab Minister for Sports Jahangir Khanzada said the provincial government has provided maximum funds for promotion of sports activities. He said foolproof security will be provided to participating teams. The inaugural match will be played between Pakistan and Bangladesh in Lahore tomorrow. Teams of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Australia and India are participating in the event. 3 matches are scheduled to be played in Pakistan, while remaining matches will be held in the United Arab Emirates. And finally, the weather. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. Foggy conditions are likely to prevail over plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during night and morning hours. And now the headlines. U.S. Defense Secretary says Washington is still working with Pakistan to coordinate military supply routes needed for fight in Afghanistan. The United Kingdom has expressed desire to partner in China-Pakistan Economic Corridor projects. 2 Pakistani naval ships visited Victoria Port of Seychelles to increase cooperation in maritime security. Indian Finance Minister Chidambaram has urged the BJP government to shun militaristic approach and find a political solution to Kashmir issue. In China, 32 crew people have gone missing as two vessels collided off China's east coast. Brian Cricket Team World Cup begins in Lahore tomorrow. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk.